Okay, we are going to start our warm-up standing. We're on one red spring and I have a pole just for a little bit of balance if you need. So we're going to start standing in the middle of the reformer. So make sure nothing's in the way. First, we don't need a pole. We're just going to stand in front of your carriage. You're going to take the arms up, take a big inhale, exhale round through the upper back, hands come towards the shoulder blocks, stay here, and then you're going to round the back, pull the carriage in towards the legs, and then inhale, extend the spine and stretch. You may need to adjust your foot position to be able to scoop the ab, pull the carriage in, and then flatten the back, stretch out, let the carriage go home. Exhale, scoop the abs, really contract through the abs, rounding the back, and then just stretch through the back, stretch through the legs as you inhale and extend the spine. You can drop that chest and stretch and then scoop, lift the chest, pull the abs in. Try not to use the arms to pull the carriage, it's all the abs pulling the carriage towards your knees and then keeping the ab contraction as you extend. So hips stay over the feet here. I'm not bending my arms, just rounding the back to pull the carriage in and then flattening the back to extend. And then you can roll yourself all the way up to standing. Take a big inhale. And then you're going to exhale, roll down. This time both hands come to the right side. Again, straight arms here. You're going to scoop those abs and then pull the carriage in using the right oblique. Extend out. Exhale, scoop and pull. Inhale, lengthen out. You can always do this on a blue spring if it's too heavy. With the red, pull and scoop and extend. Mindful of the pelvis not rotating. You're just staying steady as that carriage comes in. Then you can roll yourself all the way up to standing. Big inhale. And this time roll down through center, hands to the left shoulder block. We repeat on the left side. Shoulders plug down. Feel that contraction into the left oblique, the left side of the abs. Exhale, scoop and pull. Inhale, lengthen the tailbone, lengthen the hands away from you. Pull in for one more here. Exhale, scoop, lift up through your upper back, and you can then roll all the way to standing. Inhale. Now this is where we might need our pole for balance. We're going to take one foot to the shoulder block. So you're standing on one leg. Get that leg nice and centered there, mindful of the heel in line with that little toe. Hand can come to the hip or out for balance. We're going to hamstring curl, pull the carriage towards your standing leg by contracting that hamstring. Heel comes towards you and then extend the leg straight. Pull the belly in and up as you're pulling that carriage towards your standing leg. Warming up through the back of that working leg. If you want to add on, we can do a bend of the standing leg. Right leg pulls in and then squat down. Try and keep the chest lifted, straight spine here. Bending and straightening the legs, alternating each side. Use that pole for balance to keep you upright. One more and then we'll switch it over. Other foot comes to the floor, shift the weight so you're over and centered over that left shoulder block. You can always take the pole in the other hand, other arm out for balance as you start to then pull that carriage towards you with the contraction through that left hamstring. Keep the foot flexed and then you can pull that heel into the shoulder block. Almost want to feel like you're kind of leaning back here. We're not sort of hinging forwards to get that pull. Really straight spine. Shoulders over the hips, over the standing leg. Add the right leg. Squat here like a pistol squat. Pull the carriage in. Shoulders stay over the hips as you squat down. Couple more on this side. Make sure we're nice and parallel. Last time, stand up, pull in, and then once you've finished here, you can come and step out from the middle there, lay that pole down. We don't need it for now. We're going to come and do a little bit of footwork. So move the pole somewhere where it's not going to slide around. Let's do 3 reds and a yellow. You can do the blue if you want a little heavier, but I'm just going to stay with 3 reds and a yellow. Let's lay down on the back and let's just do a couple of pelvic curls just to get moving into the spine here. Connect the feet into the shoulder, into the foot bar, sorry. Lift the hips. We'll do one more bridge here, making sure we're parallel with those legs, active through those hamstrings and glutes after that standing work. And then let's go into parallel heels. So nice neutral pelvis as you straighten the legs and bend here. Not tucking the pelvis, keep the abs engaged. Press out, pull in, just like that hamstring curl. Contract hamstrings and glutes to bend your legs. Heels come to the glutes, or glutes want to pull to those feet. Push through the heel bones into your foot bar. Feel that contraction through the back of your legs as you bend in. Don't just let the springs pull you back. Last time, press, pull in. Let's take it to the balls of the feet. Slight lift of those heels, don't have to be too high, but we want them nice and steady here. We can straighten your legs and pull in. Push the balls of the feet into your foot bar. You can lift the headrest up if you want to. Try and keep those heels lifted, not dropping the heels as you straighten and bend those legs. Again, it's not a big heel lift, just like 1 inch. Heels press out, feel the work through the back of the legs. Hamstrings and glutes contract, calves are active here, quads are active as you press. Pressing solid through the ankles here, nice and engaged through those inner thighs. We're doing 3 more with the toes, pushing into the foot bar, pulling. Press and lengthen through the spine and through the legs. Active arms, active shoulder blades into the carriage. And take a breath there. Let's come into calf raises now. So still balls of the feet, still in parallel. We'll keep the legs straight. We're going to lower the heels and lift up. Up and down through those heels, breathing here. Allow the weight of the springs to stretch through those calves and Achilles. You can pause and take a breath and then lift up. Slowly down and up. Breathing here, connect the abs, the shoulders, those arms into the carriage as you press into that foot bar, push away. Now it's a big lift with those heels. Slowly let the heels drop underneath your foot bar. Should feel the calves on fire, glutes on fire, quads on fire here. Legs are really active. Let's do 5 and 4. Press the toes, nice and active here. Last 1. And bend your legs. Come on in. Take the feet wide. Just drop your knees side to side. You can look left and right just to release your pelvis here. You can always take those legs over the foot bar. Take the arms out, coming into like a star stretch. Roll those ankles, roll those wrists, roll the legs through the hips. We're going to get set up into our small V now. So externally rotate through those hips, heels together, balls of the feet back onto your foot bar, straightening your legs and bend here. Again, heels stay slightly lifted, turn out through your hips. Join your legs together as you straighten, lengthen through those legs. Active through the feet here. Active toes. Balls of the feet press into the foot bar. Abs stay engaged and your pelvis remains neutral. You should have that natural curve through that lumbar spine as you press out and pull in. Nice and warm through the legs. Let the blood flow around the body. We're doing 3 more here. Keep those heels connected. Keep those knees gliding over the toes as you bend your legs. 1 more time. Press. Come in. And take the feet wide. You can take a little twist here through the pelvis. Breathing as we recover. We're finishing with our wide V footwork. So let's bring feet in a wide position. I'm on my heels, feet are flexed. Let's just press out, pull in here. Feel the stretch through the back of the calves as you really bring your feet up to the ceiling. Really active through the top of the foot here. So those toes are pulling back to my shins, but not just the toes, it's right at the top of the foot, at the top of that ankle, pressing out, pulling in, really turning out through your hips to bend the legs and come all the way in. Last 2 and 1, and we'll take it to the balls of your feet in wide V. Heels are lifted, push into the balls of the feet. Pull yourself all the way in. Keep neutral through that pelvis. We're not tucking the tailbone. Press those arms into your carriage, active through the shoulder blades. Knees track over your toes. We're finishing in 3 and 2. 1 more here. And come all the way in. You can hug the knees into the chest here, rock out through those hips, relax through those feet and ankles. We're going to roll ourselves up now, so hands can come behind the head. You just roll up or roll to the side. Come to transition. We're going to do some reverse abdominals. Let's lower your headrest. We want to be on a red spring. And let's start with some roll downs. So quite light. Legs can extend through your shoulder blocks there. Hold on to the loops. I've got mine in the small loops. I'm going to round through the back to roll through your spine down to your carriage. And then you can lift head, chest, roll yourself up. Take a longer loop if you want to feel it more in the abs, so you have less support through the arms. Keep those arms bent, keep those hands close to the ribs and that sternum bone as you roll back. You can always do a mini roll down here, you don't have to go all the way down. Now we're going to thread your legs through the loops. We need to sit forwards on your carriage, so you're close to the shoulder blocks, and let's put your feet through the small loops. So we've got a little bit of tension on those ropes. So thread your legs through. If they don't fit through the small loops, take them to the big loops. So they might just be a bit snug here, but I think we can fit our legs through over the kneecaps. Make sure those loops are adjusted so they're pointing away from you. We are going to sit down and then lay on our backs. So we come to tabletop with the loops around our legs. Hands come behind your head to support the head. Let's just start by straightening those legs away. Bend your legs to tabletop. Inhale and exhale here. Keep the chest lifted. Use those lower abs to keep the pelvis neutral. Pull the knees to your chest and you're pulling on that red spring. Reach your legs and pull in. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Keep the chest lifted. Then you can lower the chest, lower your feet carefully here. Take a breath. We're going to go again, but the legs will straighten up to your ceiling. So extend one leg and the other leg. Now straight legs, we lower the legs down and then you lift the legs up. Just a little movement here, hinging from your hips. Little resistance, with those straps looped around your legs. Let's just do 3 more. Inhale. You can always bend the knees and continue to move from the hips. Exhale. Last one. Legs will bend, lower your head. Take a rest here. Let's add a little bit of rotation. So when you're ready, you're going to lift head, chest, hands stay behind your head, elbows stay wide, shoulders plug down, legs come to tabletop. Now let's rotate shoulders across the body. Come in, legs extend. Pull the knees and twist to one side. Straighten your legs as you pass through center. Pull and rotate. Inhale up. Exhale, pull and twist. Elbows stay wide, and I'm rotating from the shoulders and the ribs. Keep the pelvis steady. Keep the hips on the carriage. Last time, each way. Lift from that bottom shoulder. And then lower your feet, lower your head. Take a breath here. So pelvis stays really steady. Legs just go out and in. It's the shoulders and your ribs that rotate. We've got to reverse that now. So this time, legs to tabletop, hands stay behind the head. Let's straighten the legs and turn the shoulders. Pull the knees in as you come to center. Legs go away, we rotate. Pull the knees in. Legs can go up to the ceiling here. They don't have to go out on a diagonal. Get the rotation through that thoracic spine. Inhale, exhale. Let's do one more each way. Abs are on fire here. Use those obliques to get the twist. Last time. Feet can lower, head can lower. Oh, take a breath. Oh, stretch out your abs. Big deep breath here to sit ourselves up. Use your arms and hands. Roll yourself up, push up. And then you can unhook your feet through your straps there. If you were to have the long loops, it would be a little easier because you'd have a little longer rope. But that was intense. So get that leg out. Careful as you take the strap off and the carriage will move. You can hook those straps back. Let's do a little bit of leg work now. We're going to stay on a red spring. We're going to come to standing as we do some lunge work. Now, if you've got a ball, you can use a ball just for a little bit of arm activation. You could use a ring here, or you could use hand weights. We're going to stand to one side of our machine. Foot very close to the rail, other foot into the shoulder block. Get the knees level and parallel. All we're going to do, you're going to use your hands if you need to for balance. We're just going to lunge backwards. Press into the shoulder block as you push the carriage away. If you want to use your ball and your arms, if you're okay for balance, your arms can lift as your leg presses away. Now keep the hips and the shoulders facing forward. Don't rotate the pelvis here. Press that leg back, but keep that hip facing forward. You can press your hands into your ball here. Give it a squeeze. Press the weight. Oh, this is going to catch. Press the weight into your standing heel. Let's 2 more. Press the weight so that standing knee is over the heel. The knee doesn't go forward over the toes. Now, stay in this lunge. Drop the knee to the carriage. Straighten the leg. If you need to hold on, you can do. Knee drops, push away. Little knee taps here. Keep the chest lifted. Hands can come to the hips. We're just bending the back knee, straightening your leg. Tap it down, straighten. Let's do 3. Good. Stable through your supporting leg. 2 and 1. Now you're going to stand up and pull the knee in, lower your arms. Let's take a stretch here. Drop that ball, open out through your hips, sink the hips down, lift your chest, open through the front side of your body. Take a breath here. You can straighten up that front leg and split your legs. Foot can flex here, stretch. Hand can come to the rail. Keep that chest lifted. Breathing here. And once we've stretched out, we're going to take it over to the other side. So, take it over. If the straps catch on the back of your reformer, lose the straps. So, other foot standing close to that rail. Left foot now into the shoulder block. Get those knees aligned, thighs are aligned. We then press back, we lunge away. Weight in that standing heel as you press back into the shoulder blocks. Arms can reach forwards. Lift that chest, sink down, and pull in and up here. Weight in that heel to keep the knee over the toes. Find your balance as you're moving through the hips and the knees and those shoulders. Resist as you pull in and stand up nice and tall. Push back, lift that chest down. We're going to do 3 more. Nice straight spine through that cervical spine, thoracic spine. Push into the shoulder block and that standing heel. And then we stay in the lunge, we drop the knee, we straighten the leg. Keep pressing back into the standing foot and that shoulder block. Keep that hip squared forward, so I'm not turning out the hip. On this left side, you can take the hand to the hip to be mindful of a nice steady pelvis. Let's do 3 and 2, press, and 1, stand up, come in, and let's take a lunge, stretch. Hands to the foot bar, sink it back, lift that chest, and breathe here. Open out through the front of that hip. Once you've stretched out, your front leg can straighten, you can flex that foot, press back here. Stretching through the legs. And let's come all the way in. We're going to come to a kneeling position on our carriage. We're going to be on a red or a blue spring. Red is going to give you more support. Blue will be more challenging because it's going to be unstable. I'm going to use blue. Work the abs a little bit more, but you do need a little bit of support here. So our feet against your shoulder blocks. We're just going to start reaching away, then we're going to bend your knees in and press your legs out. You are hinging through the hips here, bending and straightening through the knees, but those shoulders are reaching away from your foot bar. Press away and pull in. If you have a red spring, it will be a bit more tense, more resistance on the legs here to get that press. Lighter spring means more abs to stop you arching through the lower back. Push out, pull in, abs, pull in and up. We're doing 1 more. Press and come all the way in and up. You can take a rest pose here, sit those hips back, reach those hands forward and just sink down into that chest. Take a breath. We're moving through the shoulders now. So this time the hips stay low. We don't lift or lower the pelvis. Drop your hips. We're going to push back through the shoulders. Lower your chest down, but keep the abs engaged. Now lift that chest forwards and up. You can look forwards. Then you take the gaze down to that spring, down to the floor, and then pull the hips forwards to the foot bar. Lift out of the pelvis. Inhale, we go up and forwards. Exhale, squeeze those glutes. Lift through the front of the abs. And we're doing 1 more here. Moving through those shoulders, lifting and lowering that torso. And take a rest. Drop those hips back, stretch out through those arms. You can always lower the hands and take a breath here. Always take the arms behind you. We're going to make it hard now. You can repeat that exercise on the knees, or we come to our forearms. We're still going to hinge through those hips. Now shoulders stay steady over those elbows which are on the foot bar. If we can, we pick the legs up, the knees hover, we straighten the legs, we bend the knees coming in. moving the carriage out and in. Make sure you don't pull into the lower back here. Drop it to the knees at any time. Bending the knees, tucking underneath you, press your legs away. Shoulders stay down away from the ears and then lift up through your sternum. Can we do 2 more? Pull, press, 1 more. Head is lifted and knees lower. Take a breath. Whew. Lots of full body work there in that plank. Last thing, on the forearms, you can always pad up the foot bar with a towel if it's too much on the forearms with that foot bar. Again, stay on the knees if you want to. Our hips are lowering here. We're going to just hinge through the shoulders, so you're going to soar forward or backwards. Scissoring here. If you want to make it harder, you will pick the knees up, hover and come into that forearm plank. You can always do this movement on the hands, holding the foot bar. Lift that sternum bone up so we don't collapse into the shoulder blades. Let's do 3 more. Just a little movement of the shoulders. They go backwards, they come forwards. 2 more. Last one. Lift through the front of the body, not to the point where those hips lift, and rest. Okay, if you're on that red spring, it's going to be more challenging for those shoulders, so play around with the red or the blue. You only need 1 spring for that work. Let's come into, take a breath, little bit of back work on our box. Let's do our pulling straps to finish. Let's do on a red spring, just to get into the back. And then we should be at 30 minutes. So grab your long box onto your machine, 1 red here. We'll need our hand straps. We'll work through those. We'll do a little bit of biceps or tricep work as well. So climb onto your box, hold on to where you need up on the ropes. Now we've got to lift first. Legs are reaching behind you, chest is low. Now lift from your upper back and your back of your head. Lift, inhale and pull the straps. Let's do 5 tricep extensions with that chest lifted. Don't stick the chin forward, but lift from your back of your head. 3 more here. Bending and straightening through your arms. And then lower your chest as your arms come forward. Take a breath. Inhale. Lift up first and then pull those hands to your hips, and then we bend and straighten the arms for 4 and 3. 2 more. 1 more. Lower the chest. Take a breath here. We're going for 3 tricep extensions. So inhale, legs are engaged, legs are lifted and reaching, elbows lifted, and pull the straps. Last one. Lower down, take a breath. 2 tricep extensions. Lift, pull, bend, and straighten. 1 more. Lower, we finish with 1. Lift, 1, bend, and lower those arms. Take a breath here. Let's just do 5 pulling straps too. So if you need a little longer rope to take the hands to a T shape, we lift up through your back of your head, shoulder blades, and then pull in. Lower, open your arms. Inhale, lift, pull the straps to your hips. Keep the glutes engaged and those legs engaged as we lift and inhale. Exhale, lower. We've got 2 more. Inhale, lift and pull. Lengthen as we lower and reach your arms. Last time, as if you're flying, and lower down. Let those straps go. Peg the straps. Bend your legs here and come off your box. Whew. Take a breath. You can stretch over your box here. Just send those hips back, bend your legs and stretch out. While this box is here, let's open out through those hips. So 1 leg on that box, square the hips off, stand nice and tall, or you can take the hands to the box and just hinge forward to go deeper into your stretch through that glute and the side of the thighs. Big deep breath here to finish, releasing through that hip. And then stand up, lower your foot, and other leg comes to your box. Let that knee open out, and we can hinge it forwards, stretching through the side of that glute into that glute med. Relaxed arms, breathing through the hip here. Big inhale and exhale. And we're at 30 minutes, so take that foot down, take a big inhale, and nice work. Bye.